There you go. Good morning. I don't know if the microphone's working or not. I don't know. Is it? Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. I got my earphones on. Just talking normally. I don't know, dude. Whatever. Hopefully it works. I'm trying out my equipment too before I go. Gotta get used to the habit of using the microphone. So I might as well just go back to what I was doing. I was listening to music. Since I can't play music on YouTube because I'll get a strike, copyright strike, and video probably take down. You know how it is, people. Although I did find out that I think I can start doing live streams on TikTok, and I'm probably going to do that later today with what I'm going to do doing this. I'm going to do videos. And hold on a minute. I got to get all this stuff ready. So YouTube, check myself on here. Got my other phone here, so checking I have a signal, but somehow I don't have a signal. Who knows? I hope I'm out there, guys. Credit preparation. So let's just go to what I was going to talk about and stuff. Let's see. Go to my Facebook account. Oh, pretty soon I'm going to make a Facebook account. Not sure about Instagram, but yeah, I'll probably make Instagram. But the only thing holding me back is CaliforniaBear619 is already taken. So I have to figure out how to like make it a little unique so it could be my own. And I'm gonna add those on my YouTube channel. So maybe later on, if any people wants to contact me and stuff, we can interact that way through messengers. I'll probably make an email, but I won't add that on there yet till after I get to know somebody. I'll give the email out like that, just out of safety purposes and stuff. You know how it is, guys. Jesus, dude. Something's up with the Wi-Fi. That's what it is. So, anyways, it is what it is, dude. All I can do is just restart this. So much for music, huh? Hey, wouldn't be a California Bear live stream without problems, right? Nothing staged here, right? And speaking of that, there's a person that I do follow, and we talk outside of YouTube and whatnot. That is weird how this thing comes on by itself. I didn't push. Maybe I did push restart. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I've been up since 5 in the morning and stuff, and this is like my second 1.5 cup of coffee, caffeinated. Like there's something up my brain. Yesterday I was at Walmart buying up some last minute supplies and some I was in the candy aisle. I was eating chocolates and everything from a Paso Lobo, and I got and I haven't had one in like all month, just about, I think. But it wasn't like, again, I keep saying dizzy. Anyways, it was one of my spells. And that was because I bent down to grab a bag. And once I made that motion, and it wasn't real quick, I just went down to grab a bag. And I think it was after I was going the second one. And it just felt weird. I just thought of that. And today is like my brain's just kind of like in a fog, and I can't function. I can't get stuff organized, and just dude, it's weird how that's happening right now. Like I said, I hope this microphone's working. So, anyways, let's go back to what I was talking about. Hey, Gooch, you want to come outside, boy? Back to what I was talking about. I'm out here. I'm going to harvest some of my chilies. Let's start with that, and I'll start talking as I show some scenery and stuff. I'm going to harvest some of these right here for seeds. My buena mulatas. All right. Hold on. Hold on. How do you get there? Hold on. I got chill. This is my bin for mulch or whatever. I throw scraps in there, vegetables and whatever, fruits and stuff, and I covered up. But I threw some seeds in there, and they're sprouting. And I'll show you which kind of chili they are. You know, there was a chili that was kind of like rotten and stuff, and dried up, and I threw it in there. So that's how it is. That's nature, how it works. Got some pomegranates in here that I picked from the neighbor's tree. Look at all that right there, man. So I'm gonna dry some of these seeds, and we might introduce pomegranates somewhere else. Come on, buddy. Hey, buddy. What's up, buddy? Say hi. This is Goliath 619. He don't do any tricks or nothing. He doesn't have to. He's just a cutie pie. All right, dude. Got his rabies vaccine this week, and I also got him chipped. Finally, after almost 10 years. He's 9 years old this month, actually, with me. September 15th. Anyways, I'm going to harvest some of these for seeds that I'm going to take on my trip. And I decided that I was going to do a live burn, but I'm going to do instead, I'm going to make either shorts, and then I'm going to make videos with my reapers later on today. I'll do some burns, means I'm going to eat them. And then my Jay's Pink Tiger, the one that I wanted to harvest for seeds, is ready right there. And I'll probably eat that sucker also. I got my boot chocolate right there. I'll do that for a burn also. And my Ormore chocolate, which I'm scared to do. I'm going to do that one also. All separate videos, like short videos. And my Gary Mason orange, whatever. Ronald Rhodes. Ronald, what? Whatever. I just got a message. Sorry. So, yeah. I'll do like little separate videos. Start posting those. Hopefully, I'll get more traffic on my channel. And my black cobras are over there too. Let me show those off. I'm gonna take my ant one later on, probably after I'm done with this live stream. Those were just twigs, basically. They're around since last year, and I planted them, so they're all gonna be separated after this season because they're flowering and throwing peppers. But so were these, and they're growing. So they need to go bigger pots. But I just need to give them away and tell my relatives, hey, go ahead and find a spot that's kind of like half shade, half sun throughout the day, and put it on the ground, and it will turn into a tree. Like this one, I really want to do that with this one right here, but it's grown so big, it's just going to go in a bigger pot. So, anyways. Well, I lost who was going on here. Someone was on here live. Again, I want to thank my subscribers and my followers that are on this channel. Seems like I lost two. I don't check every day or whatever, but I check from time to time. I've gained like 3, since my last live stream, and I appreciate that. But it's 15 at one time, and then I was at 114 and 113, 114, and I think it's a certain follower, subscriber, and there might not be a reason that I think it is, and I'm sorry. And I'll probably make a video. I don't want to talk about that now. Kind of correlates to this a little bit, but not really, because it wasn't negative. It was just kind of like, it's a different subject. Anyways, let's see if I can have Wi-Fi so it can keep me on point. So if you're in the U.S. and you pay attention to anything and everything or whatever, social media or the news. Oh God, mainstream news, dude. It's not even news, man. It stopped being news a long time ago. The major networks, especially, they're just like, they're not even opinions, man. Just, I stay away from that. But just my YouTube now is just flooded, dude. So between YouTube, now Instagram's picking it up too, but Facebook, they know the algorithm picks up on what you're about, what you like, what you're interested in. So here, we're gonna go with this. For the 100th and whatever time, I am not a Trump guy. I'm not MAGA. I'm not even a Republican. I'm not a Trump supporter, voter, whatever, anything like that. I am a registered Democrat, have been for over 2 decades, I believe, registered. But I always have been, since even right out of high school, a liberal belief and everything, I thought they stood, but I paid attention as we got, by the time we got to the Clinton years, I was paying attention. By the time we got to Obama, I had hope. Hope. You know that word, hope. You know, by the second term, I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into it. So that was my last time I ever voted for a Democrat, and I ever voted. Period. I didn't vote in the last election, 2 last elections, because mainly it wasn't the candidates that I wanted. The candidates that I voted for, actually, to run for president and represent the Democrats, if I can explain myself. That being said, we didn't even have that this time, okay? We didn't have that chance. We didn't have that opportunity. It was like, all of a sudden, like, hey, this guy is like too senile. We got to get rid of him. And this is for his own health. And he had the Rona. Oh, it's for his health. Let's have him just like step down. We didn't figure that out 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago. Just have me, you guys, or not you guys. Well, I'm still part of it. The Democrats were getting their ass kicked in the polls, right? In the polls. What are the polls, man? The polls are numbers that can be drawn up and whatever. I don't think they're accurate as anything in the media. So, no, I'm not a Kamala Harris backer, believer, or will be a voter of, ever. I've known about her since I'm from California, since way back, dude, when she started moving up the ranks, dude, in her history and stuff. So I just like didn't see her, you know, not her personal life, not where she came from, none of that, just her performance. Okay, as a DA, all that stuff, and her policies, as she was a representative of California, and what she's been talking about. And then when she does the major interviews, or even when she did the here we go, brain fart, the debate, she wasn't fact checked on a lot of stuff. I even called it. Now it's coming out, but I think there's a video, and I have to bring it up. Even ABC now is fact checking themselves. She wasn't fact checked about troops being overseas in any country where there's actually any kind of war or action or anything. And she wasn't fact checked on the Second Amendment. She wasn't fact checked. She wasn't told to elaborate on it or nothing. She just pretty much told some kind of like whatever story. side story. I mean, she is good at that part. I mean, she's a politician in that side. So where am I getting with this? So anytime I say anything about her or the policies of the Democrats, or I mention a Democrat in social media, dude, I expect it. I know I will get attacked or whatever in every chance, but it's always the same typical crap. Well, Trump and this and that, and your daddy Trump. They automatically assume that I'm a Trump guy. I'm not. That's the funny part. I'm just not going with the flow. I'm not drinking the word flavored salad Kool-Aid, you know? I'm not going where like, oh, just because she's a woman or a woman of color. Notice I say woman of color. Not what they're trying to portray, or not the accents or whatever she's trying to play, because she's not. That's all I said. I'm not saying specifically. So it's right away. So that's what I wanted to show this. And I've been babbling for 17 minutes. Social media. There we go. There's issues, guys. I don't know. I think the distance, sometimes the Wi-Fi, it acts up. Yeah. See, I wanted like specifically, you know, the kind of stuff that we were going at it. And not going at it, it was more of a discussion, really. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Whatever. Let's just flow with it. Basically, one of my people, my friends on Facebook, that I've known for a couple years through Facebook, outside of, you know, where we're in groups for sports, for football. He's a Broncos fan. I'm a Raiders fan. So we have that fun rivalry. He's a Dodgers fan, and I'm a Padres fan. And, you know, we have fun with that too. You know, and it's just. But politics, it's a whole different spectrum. And he posted something from TikTok, and it was a lady talking about the situation in Springfield, Colorado, and I almost say Colorado because I get them mixed up. Springfield, Ohio. And she was talking about, without any proof, without any nothing, you know, just like on both sides of this situation or whatever. She just said that Haitians are starting to get threatened and harassed and stuff. And there was she didn't say that either. I gotta go check again. Like I said, I wanted to play all this, so I can't specifically say racist or whatever. But see, this is where I'm going with this. I'm explaining. That's what I wanted to see, so I could word for word what that person said and that person and I said. A white man with an AR was harassing, threatening, or whatever. Now, that could be taken out of context. It could be, man, walking around with an AR. Some people seem to have that. Police have it. Depending on what state you're at, you're allowed to you know, open carry. I know Texas you can. Florida you can unless it's a fishing whatever. There's California, no. There's no open carry, you know, obviously. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Oh, you know, that might deter some criminals and stuff, but yeah, typical. Second Amendment, man. I believe in that strongly, and that's another thing that I don't like about Kamala Harris, things that she said, and when she was asked, "Oh, I have guns," she said it twice, and she said that she would, you know, bang bang, you know, on Oprah. She started laughing about it, but yet she's openly said that she wants to take assault rifles and this and that. She's really heavily against it, and she says she's going to do executive orders about this or that. Again, I don't have facts, so please don't. But she said it. It's there. It's there. You just have to look it up. All right. All right. So let me get off with Kamala. Let me talk me. So this gentleman posted that, what I said about that person on TikTok, posted it on Facebook, and he said something like WTF, like what the F. And I just put on the bottom, give it time. All I said, give it time. And naturally, it's like, give it time. You know, he took offense to it and saying that somehow, you know, immigrants can be vilified. And it wasn't that. I was saying give it time where shit's going to hit the fan, where sooner or later somebody's going to get hurt in one sense or another. Whether it be a bad apple of Haitian people, immigrants, or a bad apple of a U.S. citizen taking it upon themselves, trying to do something, trying to prove something, but it could be in the act of something bad where the Second Amendment is used. That's what I meant. But the discussion went all the way south because he started saying then, and then I kind of lost a little bit, and I started saying, hey, I don't understand why, this group of people are being catered to. And that kind of sounds bad, but see, I don't want to use race. So I'll say Haitians, but I'm not using race. So I'm going with that also. Watch. What I try to say is that we need, and this is what I said, we need to take care of Americans first. Look at all the homeless. Look at people losing their homes and this and that. And I mean, I'm just trying to explain. By that time, since me and her were going at, there was my other buddy that we already got into it about kind of like the same thing a couple times, and it got real bad, actually. I think I talked about in the last live stream, and he just wanted to jump in. I don't understand. He's always like saying, I don't understand, but he always has like his perception of what he thinks you're trying to say. I don't understand what limited immigrants have to do with homeless. There's a lot of programs here and this and everything, like here in San Diego. Yes, there is, but it's not enough resources. Okay? Some of the things that he mentioned, those centers have closed already. Whether it was lack of funding, politics, whatever, I know. He mentioned the stand down, which happens here in Balboa. Every year they'll do a open by Balboa Park. Open, it's a lot of volunteers, and it was conjoined with the military. And why? Because it was organized by the VVSD, the Vietnam Veterans of San Diego, originally started doing stuff like that to help out other veterans. Not just Vietnam veterans, but other veterans that are homeless and needed recovery and stuff like that. So once a year, they would open up, and then they would and those volunteers are doctors and dentists and food and whatever. And it's gotten big, but it's gotten political. When it comes political, there's a lot of money involved. So people want to direct where the money goes. Okay, that money goes there, but this money goes over here and stuff like that. I just say that because my dad was heavily involved in that, especially with the VBSD. Okay, and he's mentioned the things that happened. So much that the VBSD was pushed away, and actually, he just recently told me that the VBSD got shut down. What's up, Kila? Go bark at the dogs over there. Go bark at go, Rego. Look at Rego. Go get Regal. Go get him over there. Dogs yelling at each other. So my buddy was like totally adamant about this, that there was enough resources, and he doesn't understand. He's trying to understand, and that's just it. You're not going to understand because, oh, and then he threw it out there, about the borders, all these past presidents, and I said, dude, I didn't mention anything about presidents. I didn't mention about illegal immigrants, or he even said like, what jobs are they taking? I said, I never said that. That's all in your head. That's what you got stirred up in your head, and you want to bring it here to this discussion. So I was telling, hey, dude, it's like I wasn't arguing. I was just laughing at his comments. And I said, dude, you're just like pointing out things that are in your. I just speak facts. I've caught him on a lot of things that things aren't facts. They are not facts. And he likes to, like, when he answers, he likes tagging you. See, he tries to play chess. So everybody sees it. Everybody sees what he's saying, and everybody in my group, like, that's how Facebook works. If like your name comes up, tagged in there, you're tagged. Well, I was doing that to him when I was answering it, but I wasn't answering it in bad ways. I wasn't name calling. I wasn't attacking. I wasn't talking politics. I was just talking about what I see. So then my other thing that I went to was that it's like, look, man, I'm starting to see a lot of like crime, and then not just crime, but more on a regular basis. I'm starting to see the nature of the crimes, and they're not getting prosecuted like before. And that's the chance I didn't have to say. He just said, oh, well, crime is lower than it has been since such and such. I speak facts. Well, buddy, here's the thing. Two things. Crime isn't being reported as it used to be for whatever reason. That's a proven fact if you look it up. Another one, the reason crime's not being reported or supposedly not happening because a lot of crimes got decriminalized. That's why you see groups of people or even mobs go into stores and grabbing a bunch of clothes, or going into a 7-Eleven, a Quickie Mart, a Circle K, whatever, wherever they're at. But I'm just like here in California. And they'll go in there and just raid the whole store. Because now if you don't steal, if it's under $1,000 or $900, they can't prosecute you. If you call the police, they're not going to come. Just last year, this person at nighttime wrecked my neighbor's car. I mean, completely wrecked it. What made noise was, because I was out here, I was doing something. It was nighttime, but I was listening to something I was doing that I didn't really hear it. But what made more noise was the squealing, because she was trying, it was her, she was trying to take off. Her whole front end was mangled, and her wheels were turned in. So she only got like past the car and blocking the neighbor's driveway in front of across my house. So I came out. A couple other neighbors came out, and she was fine. But I said, "You okay?" But she wasn't fine. She was on something. I don't think it was alcohol. She was on something, but she was. Well, what I'm trying to say is I called. I was like, oh, well, just have them take like information for, it's just like a regular accident. We'll just have them take information or take their information. I said, well, no, the neighbor's not here. The neighbor's not here. Well, just take her information for the neighbor, just like a normal car accident. Well, no, it's not a normal car accident, dude. She's under the influence. Number two, she might be hurt because it was pretty bad. She got banged up. Is she bleeding? Is it? I said, I don't see any, but I mean, she needs to be checked out. Well, pretty much it said we're busy and stuff. It wasn't until several hours came back, dude. You know what they did, dude? Not only did they not give her a test, not only did they not handcuff her, They took her in the car in the back and they gave her a ride home. That's what the guy was saying. And he was a striped guy. So that was weird. But I was trying to say they couldn't send anybody. I said they could potentially be hurt. So they didn't want to send an ambulance. So that's what I'm trying to say. You know, crimes now aren't being reported because of things like that. What does this have to do with Haitians? Pretty much absolutely nothing. I never said anything about Haitians. That's what I'm trying to say. But my buddy, I do believe, and this is the reason why I do believe, because he really is pro African American. I'll say black, which is nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, he digs a lot at like race baiting, basically, is what I call him out on. I call him out on race baiting at the end, the last discussion, the last thing that I said to him. I said, look, man, I don't try to understand. I don't think of what you say. You say what you say. Do I agree with it? No. Do I accept it? No. Do I argue with it? No. Because those are your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings of how you feel on certain topics. But that's you, man, and that's cool. That's the difference between you and I. You're trying to understand because you don't accept, you don't understand. You say you don't understand, you don't believe in this and this and that. I said, that's the problem now. So when I say something about Kamala, you know, and social media, immediately the defense is Trump. Like my other buddy on that was his page. He was saying, Trump, you're Trump daddy and this. And I said, dude, you forget, dude, I'm a Democrat. So what argument do you have? Are you going to be like Ernie and you're going to say, just to protect this unqualified person and this and this and this, which whatever, you know, whatever you say about Trump may be true and whatever, that's fine. But we're talking about Harris. You know, let's stick to the subject and not attack another to try to protect, you know, whatever you're trying to protect that's there. You're not seeing. And that's what my buddy Ernie, he's not wanting to see how bad it's getting out there. And that's all I wanted to say. We need to take care of our own. We need to take care of Americans. So I'm going back and forth because this discussion was going back and forth. That's how I wanted to do with chronological, because I was getting from both ends, you know. On one was on Trump, and the other one was like trying to understand, you know, you know. I said, you're not going to understand. But that's between you and I. So what does he go ahead and do? And I don't even know why I went to his page. I shouldn't have done it on his page. Because I went ahead and I put him on ignore. I didn't unfriend him. I didn't block him. That's one of his moves. Because I don't. I mean, I like the guy. I know him personally. Like I said, you know, I've known him since high school. We played football. He's come to my house. I've been to his house. I've met his family. He was part of my wedding, at my wedding. You know, so I know this guy. I love him to death. He's actually a sweetheart. He just, you know, if you just read what he says, it's sometimes pretty like damaging, like what he says, but those are his thoughts. But he put a statement that says the only threat in Springfield is a white man with an AR. That's pretty that's very dangerous to say, you know. That's very like this whole thing about like, you know, how people say Trump is this, Trump is that, he's a danger to but dude, you guys are the ones saying that. So now this guy has had 2 assassination attempts. But when you start saying things like that, it's dangerous. So I didn't respond, but I responded by putting it on my page. And See if I can still go. I like this phone, man. This is an old phone, fingerprint, and it's in the back, so I can always just do it this way. See if I can go to my. Yeah, videos aren't going up, but at least it's scrolling. So maybe I can go to the part where I said. Sorry, people. I said nothing scripted here. I'm just going from where my thoughts are going. I'm 36 minutes into this. Nobody's coming on. That's fine. Yeah. It's just me talking. Okay. This is my response to what he said. And I wrote this on my Facebook. Again, like I said, I'm gonna do a Facebook. I might do an Instagram once I figure out, for CaliforniaBear619. But I think it's pretty clear for Facebook. I'll do that. I'll do that, and I'll do an email also. I have a TikTok that I put shorts. I just haven't been on TikTok for a while. I'll add the links on my book. So many people are welcome to go on there, and that way we can interact. If you guys want to reach me out, because I don't know, I YouTube used to have a little messenger a long time ago, and they did away with it. It must have been because people were being harassed and stuff. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Okay. And I actually took a screenshot of the definition. And the definition was nationalist. A person who strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously supports its interest or the determinant of interests of other nations. Listen to that definition again. A person who strongly identifies with their own nation. The United States. I'm an American. I am a born citizen of the United States of America. Proud American. Not a Mexican American, not a brown person. I'm an American. Just like my neighbor's an American, and his wife's American now because she was immigrated through the proper channels, and now she's a citizen. Just like my neighbors over here, the couple that live next to me, they're a couple, and they're citizens. One of them's half Filipino, actually. I just found out this year because she brings me food all the time that her mom makes or buys or whatever. Okay, so again, a person who strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously. So this microphone's still on. I don't know if it's still working or not. I hope it is. Green light there and green light here. A person who strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously supports its interests, especially to the exclusion or the detriment of the interests of other nations. Adjective relating to nationalist or nationalism, a nationalist movement. And that was the Oxford, they came from Oxford. Those of you that are old enough for me, Oxford was a company that used to make dictionaries. We didn't have the internet. We had dictionaries. So you would have to either buy a dictionary at the bookstore, or you were at school, you would go to the library, and it had big old thick, So, that's the statement that I wrote. Nationalists are not all white, because I knew this was going to happen. And I'll say it right now in a minute. Nationalists are not all white. We believe in the Second Amendment and protecting our homeland. That's all I said. So, anyways, I can't get. So my buddy, my Bronco fan, came on here and he stopped saying things. Those are the first people that are going to attack you, and he was referring. I think he did. I can't say it, but he was referring to the white nationalists. You know, people with that faction. He wrote, but I can't because I can't quote because I can't see it. That really pisses me off. I don't know what's up with the wife. I think it's the distance, really. So I wasn't arguing. I was just laughing it off. I said, no, dude, those are, that group is different. Also, at the same moment, I'm not going to be joining some militia. I'm not going to be joining some group, carrying around Second Amendment. No. It's just my beliefs. It's what I am. I'm a nationalist. Doesn't mean that I'm prejudiced to other minorities. Doesn't mean that I'm prejudiced to immigrants. Doesn't mean that I hate immigrants. Somebody that came from immigrants. I could just imagine when my buddy was writing on his own page about me. That's why I said I don't really go on his page, which is funny. He actually he tagged me on something earlier this week. He tagged me to a golf resort. I think he was just testing the waters. But it was just me. He tagged his wife. He tagged me. He tagged somebody else. So there's 3 or 4 people that were tagged, and I didn't see it. Because I got a function on my Facebook that anybody that tags me or wants to post something on my page, I have to approve it first. But I haven't been reviewing, and I was cleaning up stuff. I'm like, oh, and I looked at it. I accepted it. I even shared it on my page for a while, and I'm thinking, what if it's something malicious? You click on it, it's a virus or something. So I took it off afterwards. But I liked it. I put a like or a heart or something on there. I think he was just testing the water, see if I did block him or something, because it was. I'm assuming he might have been posting stuff about me or something, but not tagging me or mentioning me by name. And I can only imagine things that he was saying, but I'm saying it now. I am a son. I have, my mother was born in Mexico. She came here legally with a legal green card. My dad is a Vietnam veteran. So we immigrated. I lived in Mexico till I was probably I was 5. And I started kindergarten, and we moved to San Diego because I started school, and that was a conflict of interest about living in Mexico and then going to school over here. So I have nothing against. I can't hate immigrants. I don't hate immigrants. I don't hate Haitians. Back when they had the Olympics and the World Cup, it was about 4 years ago, in Brazil, they had both, right? A lot of Haitians went over there. And once the work dried up, they started going north. And a lot of them stopped in Tijuana, which is right across the border. It's like 15, 20 minutes at the most from here, depending on traffic, to the border here, Mexico, Tijuana. It's the biggest border in the United States. And it's from the world, I heard it's the biggest border, busiest border. I might be wrong, but it has been, and it is, because it takes about 5 hours sometimes to cross the border, especially from that side over here. And then depending what time of day, people going south because people work over here and they live down there a lot. The Haitians, properly waited. And some came over, through the process, whatever. But many stayed, and I seen them in Tijuana. And they what's the word I'm looking for? They mixed. They mixed. I see some of them, selling trinkets at the border. Some of them selling. When the Rona happened, the ladies were there just selling masks. I mean, anything. I mean, legally. Like I said, I have nothing against immigrants or Haitians or whatever. Um, I saw a lot of them because a lot of them are educated in trades. They're skilled in trades, college educated, whatever. So whenever there was like projects that I would see with cranes or whatever, it was a colored person, which is a Haitian, and he was the one directing the crane or carrying the plans or whatever. So they were, because like I said, they had skills or whatever. So I forgot the word, but you know what I'm saying. They mixed. They not acclimated, but you guys know what the word is. That they just in society. Unlike the immigrants the year before, when we had those caravans coming from Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala, and they were just rushing the border and whatever, there was a lot of nefarious people. They were getting put, once they crossed into Mexico because they couldn't hold them back. Some went towards Texas, and the other ones came over this way. They split up in Mexico. They divided one side, and many were over here, and they were put in camps throughout the city of Tijuana alongside the border. And some bad apples thought like, whoa, opportunities here. Let's open shop. Gang members and just bad apples and whatever, and they started doing like, some certain like bad things, like petty thefts and robberies and wanted to do extortion and stuff like that. Now, didn't go very long. It wasn't the police, la policía. It wasn't the politicians. And God bless the citizens and stuff, but they paid for protection and whatever. So it was the underground took care of the problem. They said, nah, you're not going to run shop in our home, in our city, in our town. You're not going to get part of this pie. So they rounded up certain people that are causing a ruckus, and let's just say they spread out the message throughout the city in bits and pieces. Took care of that right there on the spot. So yeah, that's been a lot that's been happening. The algorithm knows now. Oh, this guy, let's just give him everything anti-Harris, which a lot of it's from pro-Trump people. But I listen to things from all sides, guys. It's not just one side. It's just like, and then I make up my mind on what I believe and see, like I said. And I'm getting tired of it. I don't need that because my mind is already somewhere else already. And that's my trip. So I'm wrapping up, packing it up. I verified with both the airlines that I'm going to use when I'm leaving, and I'm pretty much confirmed. I confirmed my seats. I confirmed my menus. I confirmed that I'm going to have a wheelchair. Somebody's going to wheel me throughout the airport. And that's where mine is already. I'm in that mode because after this week coming up, and I already did the blood work, I believe. So I just have to see that specialist, my kidney specialist, probably see if I can get her to write me a letter for the medications I'm taking, and see if I can get a report. Because for the last two doctors I saw, I didn't get a report of my blood work, and this is gonna be the most recent one. So I'm gonna ask her because I used to get those, and I don't get those anymore. I just don't pay attention, because in the last couple papers that I got, I don't see that in there. But I had both my chronologist and my primary doctor write me up a letter, and they say, yeah, this person needs these medications specifically. He needs to travel with them, in case I get questioned, why are you bringing so much medication and stuff, or insulin or whatever, or why are you bringing like these little needles, in my checked-in baggage, of course. So that's where my mind is at, and referring to I got the other phone so I could pop that up. But anyways, I saw this video last night on my own channel. This is what I do. I watch old videos I did, and I did one three months ago, and it was talking basically on the anniversary. It was 3 months old. The video. It's the last time of the days when I was with my son, which is 1,400 something days. Over 7,000 miles is the title. See, I can't remember. From San Diego to Cebu, where he's at. And that was the title of the video. And I watched it, and it said something. And I was talking about how negative I was and all this stuff that was going on back then. And that's why I watch these videos, because it's like a therapy. And I watch like what I was thinking back then. Like, who knows? In a month, maybe I'll see this video, or I won't. Or a year from now, I'll watch. Oh my God, man! It's like, what was eating you up? It's been the same thing. It's been the anxiety that I'm just away from my family, away from the place that I really feel at ease, where I got my inner peace just comes out all over. It's not perfect, but even a bad day over there is a good day for me. It really is. It tests my patience, and for the most part, throughout the years, my patience has gotten a lot better over there. So anyways, on one of the statements I said, and I did, I got away from TV news and certain things on social media, or even social media in itself, and even certain channels. And here I am, all this thing about the politics and stuff. I need to just do a whole flush of my channel. There's a way how to clear your memory. There's 3 dots in there, and then you click on it, and then it's different functions, and one's is clear history. You clear history, and it'll clear everything. So it kind of makes the algorithm blank. And it'll just on your when you go on your channel, it'll just have the people that you follow or whatever. It won't suggest the newer stuff. That, just quit watching the stuff on TV. I mean, pay more attention to maybe football, because it's football season already. My Raiders pulled one out of their butts last week. I mean, that office is oh man, dude. It's not bad. It's just not functioning. That offensive line, jeez, man. It's. But anyways, that's my Padres are doing good. They're playing good. The Dodgers are playing good too. It's going to be a good playoff season. We're there in the playoff run. So, I mean, unless I don't even say the word, unless that happens, we'll make the playoffs. We'll see how it happens. They have a hot streak, and they've improved ball real well since the second half. But the main thing, my mind is not here. Like everything since last week, it's finally kicked in. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to follow the rainbow. To the west, to the west, to the west. Yeah, I'll be seeing most of you people from the east. Weird, huh? I'll be in a different time zone, different atmosphere, different climate, different language. Everybody has that place. You can't put it in words. Some people it's the desert or the mountains or the beach. It might be surfing, it might be riding their motorcycle through the mountains or whatever. Some people it could be Japan. Some people it could be Cancun or Mexico. Other people it could be New York, or it could be Florida. It could be here. It could be, for me, it's the Philippines. But this time, I'm going back to something. Ooh. So I think I ranted enough. Almost an hour into it, 10 minutes. Whoever came on, thank you. Whoever watches this, thank you. Whoever still follows this channel, thank you. Whoever subscribed to this channel, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm working on this channel. I don't think I cursed. I'm gonna watch this video. That's one thing that I was talking to somebody. I'm officially gonna name this person, and I'm gonna ask him. I'm not gonna give him the title of my manager or advisor or whatever, but we're talking about different ideas and stuff, and I like it. We talk, he's going to be my consigliere, and I didn't say that right, but my consigliere to my channel. I mean, we got a man. I'm sorry. No, Heidi, sorry. Don't. A manager. I'm sorry. I was a jab. Yeah, it's not a jab at you guys. God knows I need a manager. I need somebody. I need help with this channel. I really do. So, I did on my profile. It says if anybody has ideas, constructive criticism, I really appreciate it. I need help with this channel. I need help to learn how to edit better, how to speak better, even how to whatever goes wrong. Hey, you're not speaking loud enough, or your microphone was off, or the lighting was wrong. One thing that I noticed, I curse a lot. It's just part of me how I express myself, but I want to start changing that. I want to curse a lot less. What's this flea, man? I know I took a shower, but do I smell that good? What's up with this fly, man? Go somewhere else, man. There's turds over there. Yeah, something flies, man. So, yeah, my buddy, we were talking about, ideas about this. Ay, pinche mosca. There you go. That deserved it. That deserved a bad word. I'm gonna say it now. There was a person, don't know, she's one of the people that left, and she did. I'm sorry she did, because she was a very big supporter of my channel from like pretty much day one. She was always there. She was always supportive. She was always commenting. She was always viewing my channel, my videos over and over and over, and commenting again. It got to a point maybe where I got a little went a little too extreme as far as, and I'm sorry, I'm speaking about you, okay? I'm not going to bring your name up. But I'm sorry if you did leave, and it was kind of shitty what I did, but I was the only thing that I could think of to kind of resolve the thing at the moment, and I'll explain why. It seemed like you got a little bit too opinionated in certain areas, And me, who I am, I have to respond. And I don't want to respond and turn into an argument. This channel, I want to keep away from what's been happening on my Facebook and even Instagram. I learned a long time on Instagram you can't, because it gets wild. You know, same thing happened. I wrote something about Kamala Harris on one. There's something on her interview with Oprah, and she was cackling, started cackling, and I said, I just said, and I know I just said, but you know, it could come off the wrong way. Can you imagine that cackle in front of Putin? Oh, when like I got an answer this morning. Oh, so it's better than the orange turd Trump. Oh, ha ha. I answer right away because I can't like say, dude. I don't know if like you guys are old enough. There's a movie called Roger Rabbit that was from I think it was from the 80s or even late 80s or whatever or something. It's called Roger Rabbit. Look it up on YouTube. It'll be on there. It was pretty much kind of high tech right now. It was animation and real actors and stuff. Roger Rabbit was the main character. And there's a scene where the bad guys are after him. And his personality was like, he had like extreme OCD. So like, how do we get him? Because he was hiding. And then they did this. The bad guy did this. And Roger was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I guess that you know, actually it's a song. I never knew that. And he comes out like after like, you know, like trying to hold it back. He bursts open and he says like what is supposed to in the song, the lyrics or something. It's funny for that reason because you know the OCD, he had an answer and I never knew it was actually a song, but I'm that way. So yeah, you know, I guess I am argumentative. Oh, there's a really red chili over there. I gotta pick that one too, not let it go to waste. It'll be an appetizer when I do my burns. That's one of the secrets also. I usually eat like a hot chili, but that lesser heat than some of these. And it gets my mouth primed, ready. But yeah, that's how it is. So going back to you, I'm sorry. You started posting things that like, you know, kind of like, and I wanted to respond. I said, look, you know, and I did tell them to respond to you. Sometimes got snarky. And I said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this channel. I don't want to start arguing with my subscribers or viewers or whatever, you know, followers. I don't want to do that. I just want to have, you know, I do what I do and then, you know, interact, you know, and, you know, if you have something to say, hey, yeah, it's fine. You know, it's fine, you know. And that's why I did what I did. And you know what I did. Yeah, I'm sorry. So it sounds like you finally got tired of it and now you're gone maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to search you when I figure out what I did and undo it. And if you're back, but I still I'll owe you an apology. So if people are wondering, what the hell did you do to her, Bear? What did you do to her? I didn't do anything bad. I guess there's really not a way to block people. And that's kind of like weird and almost scary, or there might be a way. I'll find out from other channels in case you do get, you know, some that is really bad or whatever. Some of these other channels have really bad, like, you know, trolls and stalkers and whatever. But what I'm trying to say is, you can have people and I make it where they can't comment. And I thought it only pertained to live streams because that's where some of these people get the comments. But it also goes like to when your videos and stuff. So, but the way they word it is that you won't see their comments. So maybe the person can't like comment, but nobody else or other people maybe can't see that person's comments. But when I go back to old videos, that person's comments disappeared, and I don't see any future comment or present comments anymore. So I don't know. So I said I'll go back, and I apologize again that I did that. It's just at that time, the mind frame, I didn't want to, like, come off the wrong way, and but that was it. So now I went to that. So what did I talk about? I talked about Harris, but basically how it's been. Oh, see, I mumble. The last thing was on that one video about like 3 months old. One of the things I did say, and that's why I was talking about the algorithms and everything, that I'm going to stay away from that because I don't. The next couple of weeks, I don't want any of that to like be in my head or whatever. Basically, it's like, don't worry yourself about things you have no control, which is that. The elections, we have no control. The results, we have no control. We really don't. The immigrants in that small town, we have no control. The immigrants in Aurora, Colorado, we have no control over that. The people coming through the border, we have no control over that. The only thing we have control of is what happens between our property, our four walls, our health, our relationships with our loved ones, our friends, our career, our jobs, our finances. Those are the only things we really have control. And even then, sometimes we don't, but we do. If that makes any sense. We have control of like keep maintenance on the vehicle that we use. Proper maintenance. That's what we have control of. Not these other things. These politicians, they don't give a fuck about you, really, when it comes down to it. Because they promise. Once they get there, they don't because they can't deliver. They just are feeding. And that's either on the right hand or on the left hand. And that's it. And that's really what I've like come to know about politics. So I'm gonna do a Pontius Pilate and just fucking. That's two bad words right there. I hope I'm gonna watch this video again and hope those are the ones I said. But that's one of the things I'm gonna work on. It's my language. This is my baby mama. So yeah, your language, babe. Yeah, I know. I gotta work on that. And I'm washing these hands. So that's what I'm gonna do, guys. So just like I don't talk about religion, I'm not talking about politics. ¿Qué pasó? Gucci, ¿dónde estás? No, he's outside. He's over there. He went back inside? ¿Dónde? Oh, I gotta pick up a mess. Sorry, guys. Peace out.